What are you at? It's Paul from Wicked Acorn, and it's Manchester Marathon Day. And that's the queue for the tram. So we're down by the canal where it's nice and quiet. There's no bamboozers and floozers, and it's nice and quiet down here. But woo! The Manchester Marathon. That's like 2:30-ish now. So those are the well, I guess they're not the stragglers, but they're not going to place in any of the winning, shall we say. I'm completely overdressed again, but you can always take layers off, right? This is not part of the Manchester Marathon route because I don't want to walk the route because it's full of bamboozers and floozers. All right, I've shed my first layer. That didn't take long. I wonder how long before I shed the next one. So I have lived in, or should I say we have lived, I've lived in more than 3 houses, but my family have lived in 3 houses, my wife and children. And the first house we lived in, the streets would get shut down once a year, every year, for the Santa Claus parade. And that wasn't so bad because the parade route just went down Duckworth Street and Water Street. And we lived on a street perpendicular to that, so it would only be our street that was blocked off. And you just go up to the top of the street and carry on with your life. And during one Santa Claus parade, I had played the night before and I had to go pick up my gear. So we took the car and moved the blockade, got off our street and went and picked up the gear. And when we came back, somebody had done likewise. But they had moved the blockade and parked in our parking spot in front of our house. I wasn't too happy. Then the next house we lived in would be closed down once a year, every year, for the Royal St. John's Regatta. And I don't have any stories to tell about that one. He's catching flies or something. Take a lot of those to make a meal. I found the giraffe. He used to be in the square, Sale Square, in the little shopping center there. I knew he'd been moved, but I didn't know he was moved here. How's he doing? He looks okay. There's a bunch of these things, critters, animals, that were made by a local artist, I believe, for the George Mottershead, who was born and raised in Sale Moor. He was the founder of the Chester Zoo. And they had a blue plaque unveiling for him several years ago. And that was part of the celebrations for it. A nice little sailboat. Imagine you have to tack quite a bit in a sailboat. Could you even get anywhere under sail in the canal, I wonder? Not unless you had a very favorable wind. National Coal Board. So I don't know anything about that, but just on the other side of the bridge here was a coal yard back in the day. And this building just right here was, I don't know what it was called, but it was a place that sold coal, or you could buy coal. We're here by the Sail Bridge. I think it's that one there, the kind of Tudor-esque one. That was the place where you would buy coal or something to do with coal. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. I keep warning you about these stop planks. Someday we'll need them. It's happened before.
Up there and then up there.
And all this rubbish was in the canal, I imagine. I guess there were some magnet fissures here. And that stuff stops stop planks from getting a good seal, doesn't it? So just right here was a mound of coal at one time, I guess. And that black and white building with the gable you see there in the middle of the bridge was the coal board office, I think.
This photo is labeled Sail Station Arches of Approach Road to Coal Wharf, adjoining station. So it appears that these arches went to the other side, to the railway, and they would bring coal from the Bridgewater Canal to the railway or vice versa. And you can see there's a siding on the other side if we look through Mr. Topham Hat here.
Johnny Rotten's coming. So we're back up in the marathon route now, and we got some music which is problematic because it can cause copyright claims. So here we are at the Sail station now. Before was the Brooklyn station, and we have a similar queue here. It's insane. So I figured I would take a little trip to the shop, not in the car, and come down to see what's happening with the Manchester Marathon. Now, this music is definitely going to cause a copyright claim. If you don't hear any audio, that's why. So this little island here is where most of the photos you see, the old photos that I've shown you before of this street in Sail. Well, I guess there's always been somewhat of a little island here that people could stand in. And now it's a good viewing platform for the Manchester Marathon. So the marathon zigzags through the streets of Greater Manchester and up one road, down the other. I guess it's, 26 miles or something, I guess. So you have to zigzag a bit to make up those miles in Manchester. So it's getting pretty late in the day. It's probably around 4 o'clock now. So these are the, not the elite athletes, shall we say, but more elite than me. So what are we? We're like 6-7 miles from Manchester city centre? Something like that. So they got at least 6 or 7 miles to go. Probably more because it zigzags. Only 8 miles to the pub. Oh, here we go. Yay! So we did the cleanup for the marathon 1 year, opening bottles and shoveling them up afterwards. And they gave us a raincoat. It's a very slight raincoat, but it's a good emergency raincoat to have with you. Folds up into a little pouch. What's that?
That's what the real runners use. All the gel packs. The people that came through before 10 a.m.
The people that need energy drinks and energy bars and stuff. I'm pretty sure if I was able to run a marathon, I could run probably 40 or 50 before I would need an energy drink to replenish energy. So this is where I'd be in the race, way back here, if not farther back. So I guess he's some kind of safety guy. And I don't think we're going to follow the route any farther that way. We don't need to do more zigzagging. I'm headed home, and I'm already detoured. So we're cutting through Walkden Gardens, but I don't think there's any way to cut through. And this is one of my favorite gardens in here, the Japanese garden. Just a quick walk through. I spent a lot of time in here when my kids were in Scouts. We had a key to this garden, to this park. There's the Walkden Gardens bee. Smells wonderful in here. There's the Walkden Scout hut. And if you're a scout here at Walkden Gardens, this is like your private playground. So we'd spend a lot of time out here. Bluebells. We did a video on bluebells. And one year we planted a load of crocus along here. So if you're here at crocus time, so this is as good a place as any to end our video. It's just a quick visit with the Manchester Marathon. And all that's left now is see you in the next one.